Hey everybody, it's Kreiner here. Here's our yearly hitting tips video that I always do. I have some new things this year though that I'm going to go over. We'll go over my settings, control freaks, precision rings, what I do in game to try to differentiate myself from other top players, the dead zones I use on my controller, the controller I use. We'll go over all of that, so let's get started. Okay, so here we are in settings. I recommend zone hitting for everybody. I know big zone's new this year, but I'm not really a fan of that, and I don't think you can reach your full potential with it. Directional, I don't recommend using also. PCI sensitivity, which is new for 26. I've just left it at the very right. I tried tinkering with it a couple of days ago, and I just didn't really like the feel of it, so I just kept it here. Plate coverage indicator, you'll want this on. I've always had it on. If you want to see your PCI, this is what it means, and I think it's pretty crucial to see your PCI. The PCI I've used since MLB 9 or 20 now. I've just done circles, 100% opacity, just yellow circles. PCI is definitely preference. You can use a lot of other things. I've seen a ton of top players use some pretty unconventional PCIs. It really doesn't matter. If you can get your PCI to the ball in a timely fashion, it really doesn't matter what you're using. PCI Anchor, I think it's a valuable tool for some people. I've just never really wanted to use it. I always start my PCI in the same place, which we'll go over, and I don't really have a preference for it. Let's go to camera. I recommend strike zone or strike zone high hitting wise. I've always used strike zone, but I know a lot of people who like strike zone high also, but I've never really enjoyed it. So let's go into custom BP. We're already here. Say you're struggling with the fastball. This is a really good feature that they had a couple years ago that they put in custom BP. So you can put the fastball all the way up. You can take splitter. Let's just do Clemens for example. And if you say you're struggling with the high fastball, you can just do high fastballs with Clemens. Say you're chasing it, maybe you can just do this, so you can try to see what's a strike, what's not. Then you can do this with any pitch, any pitcher, and I think it's a really valuable tool to get better. Okay, so now this is my controller settings. I use the GameSir Pro, as you can see on the screen. The dead zone I've been using is 5% or 8%. Right now I have it on 8, but I really tinker with it so far this year. I think dead zone's really valuable. Pretty much it's kind of like PCI sensitivity in a way. It's how much your PCI moves. So I've really enjoyed this controller. I think it's the best Xbox controller. A lot of people ask me about PlayStation or Xbox, like what console's better. Right now I've been enjoying Xbox. I think there's slightly less input lag, but for a lot of you watching, I don't really think it matters what console you're on. For control freaks and precision rings, I also get a lot of questions on this. Right now I'm using the orange vortex to hit, and I'm using your friend Kyle's new control freak to pitch. I haven't used the control freak to pitch a lot the last couple years, but I've really liked his pitching wise. And I also use a black precision ring, which is the most like, it goes I think green, purple, black, like to with the PCI to be the most sensitive. So the black has like the most resistance. So that's what I've really liked on Xbox. I feel like the Xbox controller is a bit more slippery, so I like having more resistance on it. So I'm just going to talk about some in-game stuff I do while I hit. Don't make fun of my hitting here, because I usually can't hit when I talk, but right now I need something to do while I just talk about what I try to do in-game. I try to be really patient at the plate because a lot of the pro players, I mean, at this time, like at the best of the best in this game, everybody hits everything, so you really got to be patient and look for your pitch, in my opinion. Get the pitch count up, get to the bullpen as quickly as possible. But I know a lot of people, I feel like the biggest question I get asked is, how do you not chase as I chase? A strategy I used to do back when I was like an MLB 19, but it still works today, is take the to two strikes the first three innings. That's something I still sometimes do a little bit, but it's something I really recommend if you're struggling at the plate. Another thing I recommend is starting your PCI in the same place. So I like to start my PCI. Dang, I'm really can't hit in custom PP right now, but I like to start my PCI arm side down. So righty righty, low and in, lefty lefty, low and in. So I just feel like it's easier to go down and up than up to down. But again, it's all preference. I know some people who start at high and they still hit really well, but that's just what I've always done is low to high. For my monitor, I use a Corsair. I'll link the monitor in the description, but I use it's a 1440p, 120 hertz. Like it's the best it can be. Also OLED, which makes it a bit brighter. I really enjoy it. I think it's crucial, especially to be on 120 hertz. 60 to 120 is pretty night and day. So at the very least, you should be on a monitor in 120 hertz. I think the 1440p, it makes the graphics a bit better. I'm not sure if it makes me hit better, but I think it definitely is valuable. If you have any other questions about what I do, I probably missed something. Please leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to get to all of them. So I appreciate you guys watching. And again, if you have any questions, I probably missed something. I know I did. Just leave it in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching and I'll see you next time.